We're the KNC Masterpiece right here on 105.3 The Fan. You better be ready, Alec. Now, it's time for Masterpiece of the Week.
She said, list this.
Now that the audience knows what the talkback button does, you can assume why I just face-palmed. It's time for Masterpiece of the Week. We're going to revisit some of the wild, wacky, odd, and oftentimes concerning things said on this very program that go over the air and not just into my ears. By the way, Kevin, I will be watching NXT Vengeance Day tomorrow. That's what I'm doing with myself because I know how to party.
Hey, look, I'm with you. I also use my time in what some people would think is an unwise manner. I think it's great.
That is the definition of my life. That's why we're playing funny audio right now. And we have a tradition of picking on people who are not here. So this is going to be a way of picking on two different people at once. We're going to pick on Mike because he's not here. We're going to pick on Kevin because you'll find out why.
Oh,
I want a cheeseburger in paradise. Dude,
that was one of my favorite. Here's the great part about it too, Squirrel. The fact that since then you've asked every person what they think about.
Oh my God!
And everybody kind of says the same thing. He's fine.
I asked Brandon. I asked Jess. I asked my mom when she came over last night to celebrate her birthday.
Everybody loves parrot heads.
I had no idea Jimmy Buffett had so much money. Estimated net worth before he died: $600 million to $1 billion.
Ooh,
dude, and he has a Margaritaville. I know. There's one in Houston. It's like a resort.
Yeah.
And then when we were in Mexico on our way back at the airport, they have a Margaritaville bar. Like that thing turned into, and Kevin, think about this. If we could get Master Peeps to be parrot heads, the commitment that they would make to us, they're not going anywhere. We need y'all to be more like parrot heads.
So I'll tell you this. Whenever people ask how planned is your show, I always tell them the same thing. It's planned in terms of there's a run sheet. In terms of what's going to happen in each segment, oftentimes I have no idea. That's 6 to 7 minutes of Jimmy Buffett content. Literally none of us had discussed it. I don't think any of us had thought it through except for the little jab I was going to throw out there, and then you guys were ready.
It was fun.
We need a Margaritaville in DFW. Wouldn't be surprised if that happens sometime soon because, $600 million or whatever.
There's one in San Antonio on the Riverwalk, too, I think.
Yeah, I drove by it when I went to the Royal Rumble a few years ago down in San Antonio. I should have went in, became a parrot head. I will one day. Mike also said this.
Here's my gut. I cannot wear this leather anymore.
What's he doing trying to wear leather?
Impress his wife.
It's Valentine's Day.
Have you ever worn leather pants?
No.
Kevin says no.
Oh, okay, I was going to say don't read.
Kevin says no. I've never worn leather pants either. I feel like I need to do that before I die.
No, I'm fine. I'm never going to wear leather pants unless I get turned into an animal. Now, for Corey...
Why would you wear pants if you're an animal, dummy?
How do you figure? What covers your legs? Your pants. It's made out of
You
leather.
don't need to cover your legs. You're an animal.
But you have leather over your legs.
You're in the wild.
Yeah.
Everybody's naked in the wild.
Holy cow. But you say it with a disappointing term. Like, oh, I haven't worn leather pants.
Yeah.
All right, fine. Do it this weekend.
I have to buy them. And it seems like they're expensive.
Hold on. Is your contention that if perhaps someone were to buy you leather pants, you would wear them?
See, this is the problem with having a rich friend.
Is that your contention? I just need clarification here.
I would wear. I don't think I want to try and wear some leather pants one day. I don't want to have leather pants though. So once I'm done with them, they're gone. They're done.
That's fine. Not my question. My question was, if someone were to buy you leather pants, would you wear them?
Maybe.
That's not. I need a definitive answer.
Just get Chris Jericho back in the studio. He's probably got something. He's retired.
That dude wears some leather
He's
pants.
got a guy.
Yeah, he'll probably get you the hook up there. Corey?
Yeah.
Yeah, this happened.
And I said, okay. And then this happened, and I just had a stripe on my face, and I was like, well, I guess I'm going to have to do it. So here we are.
I don't even understand out of context where the.
I don't either.
So somebody just texted in, and they said, hey, please bring the beard back. And I did. I was shaving. I was trimming my beard when we got back from NOLA, and the guard fell off. And so right here, I just and there was just this stripe right there. So I was like, well, I guess we got to trim the whole thing down. So I'm trying to grow it back.
Mm-hmm.
It'll come back sometime, I promise.
Okay.
My wife likes it.
Oh, does she?
She does.
That's all that matters. This came back to a great callback by Mike.
Weird. But I love.
Remember when your pickle leaked up here?
I'm going to tell you something. I think that might be what Mike thinks is the funniest thing that has ever happened on this show.
I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, my pickle leaked.
That's hilarious. It was a hilarious moment.
The video is amazing.
That I still remember. I was just looking in my backpack, and I remember I forgot I had a pickle in there, and the bag had. I didn't put it wasn't a Ziploc bag, so it should have been a Ziploc bag, but I just went with the regular sandwich bag, and it just kind of started dripping.
No way to know if it's sealed.
No, it wasn't protected properly.
Oh, man. Corey, if you want to respond, some people are asking for your pant size, so we can maybe.
Yes.
And
Yes.
somebody said, "Remember to allow for shrinkage." Thank you. I appreciate.
Good point.
Yeah, it is cold outside. Mike said this.
I keep going back and forth, going pick up my thing.
Oh, my goodness. This is going to be a tough one. Pick up my thing. And Corey with the Gremlins reference. Okay. Got it.
Let's see. Kevin, we haven't heard from you yet.
Good.
Yeah, well, that's about to change, and this might be a strong one.
I will chop off my boys. Okay, the context of that was the soccer player who's like, if we lose, I'm going to chop them off. And they lost the first leg 3-2. And I just if you're going to make that definitive statement, there needs to be something on the other end of that.
Let's see, Corey. This sounds like a great idea, if we're being honest, for someone out there, I guess.
But it'll draw Pokemon Go only fans. That was an accident. But the way that came out.
Pika?
Yeah.
No.
Sorry.
Because what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that is now all I see is Kevin as a Pikachu. You know, trying to lure me in.
Sliding your shirt off just a little bit.
Stop it!
No.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, isn't there one that says munch?
There's one called a Lickitung.
Yeah, that is true. Oh, there's some dirty names.
There's some bad ones and dirty animations too. Let's see.
Does that make it sound like on his free time, Alec looks at pornographic Pokemon websites?
No, not
That's
until
what
you
I
said
heard.
that. All right, I'm gonna play more sound because that's my job.
Fine.
They stick it down a duck's throat.
It's fact.
All right. You talked about your subcategory of Mike being unreasonably excited about things. You just stumbled on my favorite subcategory of Masterpiece of the Week. The ever supportive show members. Just play that one more time because Corey is there for Mike.
Fine.
They stick it down a duck's throat.
It's fact. You know, it's really funny too because during crosstalk yesterday there was some complaining about Giafalo and Bobby, and they had a little conversation there. And at the very end of it, Woolchuck, you said something, and Woolchuck goes, "That way I'll kick Mike off the show." And then you hear me go, "Yep." And it's just that is, you're right. Whenever it's the follow-up addition to the segment.
Yeah.
Let's see. Probably got two more, maybe. Okay. Corey and Mike. Again.
This segment also did start before Mike, so just remember that.
Yeah. You know what? Maybe I'll start pulling my own stuff. That sounded weird.
Well, why don't you go and...
welcome.
That sounded weird.
I kind of figured it was Valentine's Day. It seemed like you were free.
Yeah. I'm not making that trip to Houston. So.
Oh, man. I don't think we have that audio, but do you remember when we made Waddle die laughing because they said Kobe Bryant had hurt his wrist?
Yes.
And I was like, oh yeah, didn't he just separate from his wife? So maybe, and
Waddle spit water onto the board.
Oh,
that's
not
probably
good.
inappropriate.
That's why we
to
had to
bring
move up
this
here.
story now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, this sounds kind of inappropriate too.
What was wrong with it?
It's too fat.
Okay.
That's why I can't wear leather pants.
I just said, okay. That is true.
Hog.
Leather pants aren't going to work with this.
Oh man.
This is difficult.
Yeah,
You
and
said one more?
I think one more. Let's see. Yeah, we did not play this. Let's give it a test shot.
So let's start
Tight.
Those
with
are tight.
what are y'all talking about?
I don't know.
Can you play that one more time?
Yeah.
So let's start.
Kept it tight.
Those are tight. We had to have been watching something.
But it sounds like Mike is legitimately putting his pants on in that moment. One more time. Does it not sound like Mike is sucking in and trying to put his pants on? So let's start.
Kept it tight.
Those are tight.
Why do you know, Corey?
Because I was looking. They were tight.
Oh.
Whatever they were. What was it? I'm going with that one. That's my vote. I like
right.
that one.
So let's start.
Kept it tight.
Those are tight.
All right. I'm going to vote for a different Mike one when he said he has to pick up his thing.
I thought that was a sleeper.
I
Get
keep
this-
going back and forth, going pick up my thing.
Oh, man. You know what? We're going to leave it up to the people because I'm going with this one.
But it'll draw Pokemon Go only fans.
All right.
I
So
bet that's a
Corey,
thing.
perverted Pokemon. Mike picking up his thing, or Mike and Corey commenting on shutting their pants. I'm not really entirely sure what that was. Go ahead and feel free to vote on the Twitch, on the YouTube. 877-881-1053, Franklin Frankel Injury Attorney text line.